Okay, so today we will discuss about supervision. Okay. Many times the question appears in exam about supervision, definition, objectives and principles and nature. So all these points we will cover in this lecture. So what is supervision? Supervision is an essential and important aspect of administration and management. Okay. And in every field, not only nursing, everywhere supervision is very important. Without supervision, normally the efficacy of work is decreased, because the subordinates, when they think that they are not being supervised, they will not work properly. So supervision should be there. It is one of the important function of administration. When the administrator has prepares a plan, it is to be implemented. First of all, administrator prepare a plan and then it should be implemented in the field. When the plan is in implementation phase, the number of people are involved in the execution at different stages, playing different roles. Okay. So when we plan something, we ask our subordinates or our staff to implement it. And during this implementation, the whole team is working there, and if the team is not working properly, then what happens? The plan will fail. Okay. So to persuade them or to ask them to work properly, the administrator keeps a supervisor. He will supervise the team and the team work perfectly. Okay. That's why supervision is important. At this stage, administrator required to see that work is done by everyone as desired or not. Okay. And for this purpose, the administrator does everything. He advises, he motivates the team and help the personnel who are engaged in the implementation phase. The whole situation requires direction, coordination, telling something and controlling workers. All these activities are included in supervision. Okay. So that's why it is very important. So supervision is one of the most important management function in any organization. Okay. Be it a school, be it a hospital or health center, everywhere supervision is must. In every organization, public or private, supervisors can be found at all levels. Okay, we have seen many times everywhere supervisors are there to supervise staff nurses. There are senior nursing officers or sisters who supervises them. In the field, to supervise ANM, LHVs are there. So in this way, supervisor should be there at all levels, including hospital, health center, and even when we go for home visiting, then the supervisor should also be there. Okay. So after discussing these points, we can find out some definition for supervision. Okay. So what is the definition? Supervision is defined as overseeing the work of employees in any organization. Okay. When we are able to see the work, it is known as supervision, work of our subordinates. Or we can also define it that the authoritative direction of the work of one's subordinate. Okay. If we authoritatively direct our team, then it is known as supervision. And one more definition is there, the process of the activities to see, to observe and to guide the people or team. It is known as supervision. Okay. So any one definition from these you can write in your exam. Okay. So very simple one-liner definition. So the easiest definition you can write. Normally it carries 1 or 2 marks. Okay. Why we do our supervision? What are the objectives or goals of supervision? Okay. So this question may carry 4 to 5 marks. Write the goals or write the objectives or aims of the supervision. So first aim or supervision is that supervision help the staff to do the job skillfully and effectively to give maximum output with minimum source or effectiveness. Okay. When we know that there is someone who is supervising or overseeing us, then we will work effectively. Otherwise, we will not work. That's why supervision, the first objective is that the staff will work efficiently. Okay. Second, this supervision helps the staff to develop individual capacity to the fullest extent with the view to channelize the same in favor of the work. Okay. If a person knows that he is being supervised, then he will work more efficiently and he uses all his efforts to do good work, to come in the good book of the supervisor. That's why supervision is important. Then supervision also guide or assist in meeting the predetermined work objectives or target. Okay, so every organization will give some targets. So if supervision is there, these targets are achieved very easily. Okay, otherwise they may not be achieved. Okay. In nursing, preventive, promotive, curative and rehabilitative care to the people. What are the target in nursing? These care are our target. Okay, and we can achieve these targets when we have some supervision in the nursing. The supervision also help to promote effectiveness of the subordinate and staff, ensure that the subordinate staff or supervisee does what he or she is supposed to do. Okay. Otherwise they may not do if there is no supervision. Clear? Next objective is that supervision also motivates the subordinates to maintain high morale among all nursing staff. Okay. When there is a good supervisor, this boosts the morale of the staff and they work effectively. Okay. Another important objective is that supervision helps the members of the team to recognize problems, identify solutions and take action accordingly to achieve their goals. And it also helps to develop team spirit and promote teamwork for effective functioning. Okay. So these are very important objectives or goals of our supervision. Now, principles of supervision. Okay. Principles means what we should do while supervising someone. Okay. This is especially for supervisors. Okay. You are going to be supervisors, so you should know what are the principles. Number one, principal should not overburden any individual or group. Okay. Keep in mind that when we are supervising someone, they should not feel overburdened. Okay. When they will not feel overburdened, when we will work with the friendly manner or friendly way, then they will not overburdened. Okay. So this principle we should keep in our mind. Nowadays you are supervising ANMs, so you should they should not be overburdened. Next principle, supervision should not exert undue pressure. Okay, there should not be pressure of something causing unreasonable pressure for the achievement. Or even for targets, you should not pressurize them. Okay, you should give such targets that should be achievable. Okay. Next principle, supervision should be professionally and technically competent for his or her success in the career. This is for supervisor. All supervisors should be competent to do the supervision. Okay, they should know all the principles and how to supervise. Okay, so they should be skillful. Next principle, supervision should ensure staff development. Okay, we should not be there to find the faults in the staff. Okay, or the errors. We should be there for the development of the staff. Okay, we should help the staff, subordinate staff, to develop or to learn some new things. Okay, this is the best principle for supervisor. Okay, then supervision need good planning and in the organization. Okay. Whenever we want to be a good supervisor or effective supervision, then it should be well planned. Without planning, we should have all the tools for the supervision. Okay, and well planning what we will do during our supervision, it should be maintained. Okay. Then supervision is a process of cooperation and coordination. We always should keep in our mind that supervision is not the power to punish someone. Okay, it is cooperation. It is a guidance for the team to work effectively. Okay, so the supervisor should become a friend or effective leader to work properly. Okay, they should not be like a punisher or fault finding people. Okay, so there should be cooperation and coordination or guidance during the supervision. Then supervision need to understand the problems and situation. Okay, because when we are supervising, there may be some problem for achieving the targets, and the supervisor should understand that. He should ask the subordinates what is the problem and should understand. Okay, they should not say no, whatever problem you should do. There may be genuine problem, so you should understand the problems. Then supervision should create suitable climate for productive work. Okay, so in the team, when we are supervising someone, there should be a friendly way. Okay, so that the climate is good working condition in the organization. Okay, everyone should feel happy while working. They should not feel sad or pressurized. Okay, so this is the next principle. Next principle, supervision should create an environment to communicate with the worker freely for their effective supervision. Okay, when we are supervising, we should make an environment that the client or the supervisee can talk us. They should not be afraid of talking to us. Okay, so this is effective supervision. Then supervision should give autonomy to the workers depending upon the personality, expertise, capability, knowledge, competency, experience and characteristics. Okay, we should give autonomy to each worker as per their intelligence or skill so that they can work freely. Then supervision should also encourage innovation, allowing a free flow of ideas and share positive experiences. Okay, so every person or every team member should give some advices, okay, give some guidance or innovative ideas so that we can achieve our goal more easily. Okay, so in this way, we supervisor and supervisee should work as a team. Okay, the supervisor should not think that I will tell everything. No, your subordinates, they also have some mind. They can tell the good ideas for achieving goals. So we should allow them to give the innovative ideas. Then supervision should be a teaching learning process. Okay, like we are sitting here, we are telling, we can ask from you also some better ideas, in which it should help workers to improve, develop, reinforce the knowledge and skill according to their individual learning need. Okay, so in the supervision, we are helping the supervisee to learn some new skills, new techniques. Okay, then supervision should also provide necessary counseling, guidance and training. Okay, so nowadays you are supervising ANMs, so with your experience or expertise, you can explain them some many good ideas or good skills to your supervisee or the subordinates. Okay. Now last thing which is asked in examination from this chapter is nature of supervision. How we understand the supervision. Okay. How it is seen, how it is working. So that is, supervision is the art of overseeing someone. Okay. It is art how we are supervising. I am sitting here in the office. Even then, I can supervise you. Okay. From asking other staff member or just reviewing your notebooks. Okay, so it is an art. Okay, and if there are 4 or 5 supervisors, one supervisor will be effectively supervising you because of this art. Okay, So supervision is the art of overseeing, watching and directing with the authority the work or behavior of the others. The nature of supervision is educative. Normally the nature of this supervision should be educative, means whenever we are supervising something, it should educate them, it should give some guidance or training to the supervisee. Okay, then it will be a good supervision. So what is the nature? It is educative in nature. Okay, then it is creative. Okay, it means it boosts new ideas, new skills among the supervisee. Okay, the leader or the supervisor take responsibility for helping his or her subordinates to develop themselves and become more competent in the job. Okay, so this is the nature. Even then the supervisor previously in 10 to 20 years ago, the supervisor or supervision was conceived as the inspecting or finding the faults among team members. But nowadays this nature has been changed. Nowadays the supervision is helping someone, okay, or developing someone, okay, not inspecting someone. So an inspector find good and bad points among the team member and motivate them to work better way and leave the bad points. Okay, he should not give any punishment to the subordinates. Okay, because if we give punishment, then he may run away from the work. But if we give some good words for the better achievements, then he will be motivated to do even more better activities. Okay, so in supervision the concept is, nowadays the concept is quite different, where supervisor can't escape the responsibility with poor performance of the supervisee. Okay, previously it was not there, the supervisor is always safe previously, but nowadays the question also comes on the supervisor for the non-performance of team. If team is not performing, then the question will also come to the supervisor, because he is not able to motivate the team. Okay, so in other words we can say that nowadays supervision is much more than inspection. Okay, nowadays it is not inspection, it is much more than that. It is a continuous process in which the atmosphere is cordial with the mutual trust, respect and linking with each other. Okay, and is essential in creation of the relationship between supervisee and supervisor. The modern concept of supervision also include inspecting others' work, evaluating their performance and approving or correcting the performance. How they are working, we also approve, yes it is doing good, and if it is not good, then we can correct. Okay, but even then we will make him develop. Okay, so this is the all about supervision. Basically in today's class we have learned about what? Definition, objectives, principles and nature of supervision. So these 4 questions may come in your examination. Okay, thank you.